Well, hello, everybody. This is the inaugural Business Without BS webinar series brought to you by me, Joanne Brooks. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a co-host tonight, but I thought, heck, it's booked. Let's get going. Let's get this going. So again, just for the recording purposes, welcome to Be Connected. Welcome to Joanne Brooks. Welcome to the Business Without BS webinar series, the inaugural one in the Be Connected platform. And what are we talking about? We're talking about business without BS or straight talk, talking about strategy. So I chose this one deliberately because there's a bunch of us have jumped into Be Connected there's as elite coaches, and there's an opportunity here for us to diversify our business, earn additional income. And this is actually available to any paid user, the platinum user in the Be Connected platform. It's available and affiliate income is possible. And it got me thinking, I've done this particular webinar a number of times across other platforms over the years. I have done it a few times, so this is familiar background. So I want to give you a little bit of background about me because that's really important. That's what our co-host would have done, but that's okay. I'll talk you through it so that you've got context of why I can talk about this. I've been in business, self-employed for the last 20 years-ish. And weirdly, I've owned about 16 companies within that time frame. Some of them were all at the same time. One of them was a registered training organisation here in Australia. And I was very fortunate with a team, not on my own, with a team, to build it to 30 million in about 24 months. Incredible growth, incredible scaling, and a heck of a ride. That wasn't possible. It didn't happen over 18 months. It actually took me 20 odd years, if not longer, to have learnt what I needed to know to go and scale that business so effectively. So I thought I would talk about the strategy of that, because for those of us who are Elite 100 coaches within the Be Connected platform, you may or may not have noticed I've been a little bit quiet. I haven't been doing a lot of things because what I've been putting in place is the stuff I'm going to talk about tonight, so that I can scale Navigate Biz, it will grow, and that I've got a plan and a process to make that happen seamlessly, so that when I start working more fully as an elite coach and Be Connected, it's easy for me to do. And so you might have seen a lot of things that I've been sharing and things I've been doing. So I'm going to go through a few slides. I'll jump in and out of them. Clearly, this one is about this particular Business Without BS is on strategy, and there's going to be a number of them. So the Business Without BS webinars will be across strategy, sales, HR, mindset, financials, building teams, lots of different general topics that I'll jump into. And these are only meant to be half-hour webinars. They're not meant to be long. So I'm not going to talk your ear off. But I do promise you'll have something to take away, something that you can implement. So let's jump into this first. So let's put it into context. Let's think about that we're in business and we're looking to grow and scale. I want to be really clear here. A lot of people think the hardest thing that a business owner can face is business failure or business decline. Let me tell you, it's harder when it's in a vertical trajectory of growth. That creates just as much challenges in a business as does decline, if not more. And this is what I want to talk about, because let's assume that we're going to jump into the Be Connected, both feet 150%. There's an expectation that this is going to help us build our business, right? So let's assume it does build our business incredibly well, just as a user through the affiliate program, or maybe even if you're an elite coach. Growth that is at a pace that you can't manage creates more problems, I feel, because I've done both. I've liquidated a company, that one, and I've grown it really fast. I know what it takes to do both. And I genuinely feel, because most people are unprepared with substantial growth in their business and they don't have the foundations in place. So let's go through some of these slides. It's not a lot, but I'm going to go through a few key points to help you to understand what this means. What I know is what served me well in my journey of incredible growth in that company. And what I know is if you can dream and have the courage to take action, have the discipline to stay on the right path, you can make it. This image, I am going to keep it up for a little bit. I want to give you some context to add some credibility to this conversation that I'm having with those of you who are going to be watching and those of you who are going to look at the recording. I was a registered training organisation here in Australia. I knew I was licensed, I had the accreditation, I was authorised to deliver. The one thing I was missing was federal or government funding. So I decided that I would knock on the doors of some of my largest competitors. And so this picture is deliberate. I want you to think about my competitors as like the Queen Mary, a very large ship, as you see here, and I'm this little speedboat down the bottom, because I knew the pain point of my competitors. I knew that they were like the Queen Mary or container ship. They're not able to change course very easily. They can stop, they can change course, but it's slow. Whereas me, think of my business as was a small little speedboat that could be really flexible and change and meet market demands really quickly. So I understood what it was, because we're all in the same industry. I understood what it took to be a registered training organisation. So I understood the industry. So I want you to keep this in mind. I understood the industry. I understood what my pain points were. I understood what theirs were. I had all the systems in place. I was an organisation that one of the few RTOs that was completely paperless and had full automation in my business. I knew the only way that I could scale quickly was to have those things in place. Once they were in place, I then knocked on the doors of my competitors and said, I can do exactly what you do, but I can do it faster. Will you allow me to collaborate with you? A genuine strategic decision and strategy we implemented in the business, and it worked for us. Happy days. So I set up all that framework first. I understood what it took. So to put it back to context for you, that's what I've been doing for me as a Be Connected Elite coach. I've been putting these systems and strategies in place so that when the scaling comes and when the business comes, I will be in a position to handle it, because that is the thing that can really have you come unstuck. So I want you to think about this. If the accelerator of a business is growth, then businesses are like motor vehicles. They can take you on a journey, on a destination. Your business creates the opportunity for creation of wealth, lifestyle, and impact. No one will become wealthy on a salary. You can use your business, and your business is the fuel for your wealth trajectory. So I'm not ashamed about being a business owner. I'm not ashamed or anything about wanting and chasing profit. Sorry, I'm just going to go and fix something. I just need to fix one of the. I don't really understand. Bill, I saw your message. I have got that you can unmute yourself. I feel there's something going on, because I had this same issue with other in my orientation webinar this morning. We're going to have to go get Be Connected to fix it. So I had Bill's here to help me with this, but oh, you came as a guest. Right. Okay. So I have set up for your benefit. I have already set it up that in these settings, guests can unmute themselves. I've definitely got that button ticked. So it's pretty weird that you can't do that at the moment. I'll keep an eye on the chat. So if you've got any comments, maybe I should come in as a host. Yes, you should do that. That would be best. So let me keep going. Sorry for that interruption, everybody. We'll keep chugging along. So when is the right time to grow your business? I often get asked this question. I even got asked this question during COVID. The best time to do it is right now. The time that you're thinking about it, the time that you're looking to make that happen for you. Today is the time. Today is the time for you to grow your business. Because let me be really clear here. We are all very familiar with the statistics of business failure in business ownership, whether it's small, medium, large, but predominantly small business, small to medium. In Australia, it's suggested, like you could argue, is it 65%? Is it 95%? regardless of what the percentage is, it's just jolly too high. And the only strategy that you can have as a business owner is to grow your business. Now, a lot of business owners that I speak to think, I'm a solopreneur, I don't want to go too big, I don't want to lose control. You can absolutely grow it to the level that you want and that you're comfortable with, but you must grow. Because if you stay as a business that's earning under $200,000 and it's just you, the likelihood of your business failure, and this is a hard fact, is very high. So you have to grow your business to the level that you're comfortable with, and maybe then you grow further. So one of the things I know, now I'm getting into the key points. One of the things I know, unless you are deeply connected to your purpose and why you run your business and why you do what you do, you will lose your way. I promise you that. And when I say to business owners, why did you start your business? What's your purpose? What's your goals? What is your why? They often give me very surface level things. Oh, I want to earn this much. Nope, you need to go deeper. If I can put you back to context, when I was teaching a lot of finance brokers, I'm going to say 20 years ago, and I said to finance brokers, they were writing home loans for people. And I said to them, what do you sell? And they said, home loans. Nope. What do you sell? Mortgages? Nope. What do you sell? Bank loans? Nope. No finance broker, mortgage broker, bank manager sells loans. That's the product. And they don't sell loans. What they sell to their customers is the dream, is the goal of owning a home, having their children be proud of them, being able to give their family the lifestyle they desire of the most wonderful home that they can. That is what they sell. They sell a dream. You have to go really deep with your purpose. And if you're not connected to your purpose and you haven't done the work of really defining your purpose and your why, you will come unstuck. And so that is the sort of things that I do with business owners to help you to define that. So tonight, I'm not going to tell you or share you how to do these. These are checking points for you to consider. Oh, have I defined my purpose? Personal purpose, business purpose. Have you defined why you do what you do every day? Have you written it down? Do you talk about it? Do you share it? You need that as a foundation piece in your business before you even think about growing and scaling, because you will lose your way when you don't connect to it. Because connecting to your purpose and your why is what will keep you going when the days get tough and when there's crappy days. Because guess what? We all have crappy days. We all have amazing days as business owners. We also have hard days. Connecting to your purpose is what helps you to stick with it, but it also helps you to connect with your customers. They want to know why you do what you do. They want to know what gets you up in the morning, what had you starting this business, what is the story behind you starting your business. And so I would ask a question, how many of you have shared why you started and how you started your business? I speak to many business owners about this, and they often are nervous and shy of telling it or think it's not worthy of sharing. I call BS on that. It is absolutely worth sharing. It doesn't matter how small or large you think it is, share your story. And if anybody wants to hear my story, it's all over YouTube, it's in LinkedIn, it's on Facebook. It's a fairly complicated story, and that's not what this is about today, but you can go and find it on any of my social platforms. It's all over it. Lots of interviews around that. Right. The next thing that you need to think about is, how big are your goals? When I speak to people about their goals for their business, they're often too small. Because often I hear business owners say, I just have a small business. So when you start using the word small in your rhetoric, in your communication, in your voice, in your written commentary, when you say small, guess what you get? Small. So one thing I want you to all promise, those of you who are listening or watching this, stop using the word small. Stop it. Bill, I'm not really sure what's going on with the mute and unmute. I think there's an issue with BConnect or Meetin. So we'll need to go to, thank you for trying. I had that problem with my participants this morning, and I'm not really sure why. And I don't see you in as, I can't fix that, sadly. But thank you for coming in and watching. It's awesome. I appreciate that. It's a bit tricky. Let's go back to goals. One of the things that I want you to think about is, what if it was larger than that? So Often business owners don't make their goals large enough. I have had this conversation with so many people. Oh, I just want to open another office. Well, what would it look like if it was 20 offices? Well, I just want to turn over 2 million. Well, what if it was a turnover of 20 million? What if it was 200 million? Oh, that's too large and I can't do that quickly. Now, of course you can't do it quickly. I want you to think about goals that take your breath away, fill you with joy and a little bit of fear, because that little bit of fear will keep you going. It's okay to be fearful. Guess what? Who feels fear in their business? We all do. It's normal. It's not unusual. But unless you have big, hairy, audacious goals, so if you're an Elite 100, you should be aiming to get 10,000 people regularly through this platform and having them signed up. Why not? Why not? What would it look like? What do you need to do to have that? Because unless you work out the goals, and say you come up with the goal that does take your breath away and you're a bit excited about it and it's cool and you've done a visual board on it and all those sort of things, yeah, it might take you 5 years. But what you do is you work out, well, how long do I think it will take? Let's say it's 5 years. What I then help business owners to understand is, okay, if it's a 5-year goal, you then need to work out what do you need to do by year 4, year 3, year 2, 6 months, 5 months, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. What do you need to do each day to hit that 5-year goal or 20-year goal, however long it takes? You need to back engineer everything in your business, everything you do each day. What is the one thing you can do today to help you hit that goal? And it needs to give you a little bit of thrill, a little bit of excitement, and it needs to be determined, written, and you need to tell everybody. My goal for my business is to scholarship 1,000 women into my Her Transformation program, is to have an event with 50,000 people in it. I'm on the stage and we are awarding 1,000 women scholarship to Her Transformation. How long is it going to take me? Probably 5 to 10 years. How many clients do I have to have that happen? Probably 100,000. Guess what? It's a bit scary. It's pretty exciting, but it's possible. And I'm re-engineering backwards what I've got to do each day to make that happen. The next key point that you need to think about before you put into full growth structure, a full growth strategy. This is something that's very Australian. Now, I don't know the laws in other countries. What I know, when I talk about get the structure right, I'm talking about, as we talk about Australia, are you a sole trader? Are you a partner? Are you a company? Are you a trust? For goodness sake, if you have not got the structure right, and I'm not an accountant, this is not financial advice, I'm talking from experience. If you are going to grow and scale your business, you want to be able to do tax planning, you want to be able to have shareholding, you want to be able to do distributions, you want to be able to look after family members, maybe joint venture partners, maybe family, maybe staff. You cannot do that on anything but a trust or a company. You can't. It's not possible. So if you don't have the structure right, if you're trading under a sole trader or a partnership or a trading name, Joanne Brooks trading as Navigate, that is not what I do. Navigate is a company, proprietary limited. It gives me all the opportunities for when the business is scaling really well for me to do some effective tax planning, but also to share my wealth in Navigate to other members, customers, clients, stakeholders, etc. You cannot do that when you're operating your business under the wrong structure. So even if you're listening to this from other countries, go and speak to your professional financial advisor and make sure your business structure, in whether it's a company, and these are Australian terms, proprietary limited, partnership, are you operating under trust, which would be great, sole trader, whatever. Make sure you have the right structure before you scale this business. And you might say to me, but that costs me money, Joanne. Guess what? It'll cost you so much more money if you're paying more tax than you need to. Nobody wants to pay more tax than they need to. If you can't distribute the funds through effective tax planning to family members, to employees, to stakeholders, you just can't do that. Make sure your structure is correct before you do anything else. And if it's just, if you feel it's right, great, tick the box for you, amazing. I'm thrilled that you've got that sorted. Fantastic. Next piece that I'm going to talk about, prepare for growth. I said to you earlier that growth can create as much challenge as business decline. What do I mean by business growth? What do I mean that you need to be doing for that? I said to you that when I grew my business to 30 million, I did a lot of work, 30 years of work, but the amount of work that I did before I knocked on the doors of my competitors and said, I'm here to do business with you, was that I went completely paperless. I had automation to the wazoo in my system. I had workflows. I had everything documented. I had pieces of paper at A3 part size that showed them precisely when a customer came in, and I documented the workflow. I showed them what I was going to do, and I was clear. If somebody came to me, if I was sitting in front of the Shark Tank panel and they said, how do you get customer A at the point of income to closing the sale to repeating that business, I could run it off like that because I had it documented. I had systems, I had processes, I had everything in place. And again, that's what I've been doing behind the scenes for this Be Connected opportunity before it goes whoompa, right? We're all expecting it to do that. And this is valid for anybody using Be Connected. There's an affiliation opportunity here for everybody. So that's what I mean by prepare for growth. Think of it. What do you do every day in your business that you could automate, that you could put in a system? I'm a big believer in high tech, high touch. And that means using technology to your advantage so that you as a person can give all you can, your attention to your customers. Also bear in mind, when the business scales, you won't be doing it all. How are you going to teach people? Have you got SOPs, standard operating procedures? Have you got those workflows documented? Have you got all this done so that you can grow and scale effectively? That's what I mean. And so the next slide just continues on that theme. Be scalable. If you are the one doing everything, you can't scale to significant heights. Now, your significant height might be $2 million business. It might be 20 million. It might be 200 million. It might be 500,000. Whatever that number is, there's no judgment with what level you want to take your business to. But if it's reliant on you doing everything, it's not possible. So get yourself a team. Now, I don't necessarily mean you need to employ people. They could be contractors. They could be casual. They could be part-time. They could be full-time. They could be joint venture partners. They could be people that you collaborate with to take some heavy lifting off you. There are so many ways to build a team in a business that is cost effective, but productive and gets you scalable. Because guess what? When you get to the end of your business and you want to sell it, your business cannot be reliant on you. Because when you go to sell your business and you're no longer there, nobody's going to buy it if that's the only way business gets done. So I often speak to business owners when they start their business. Great, why did you do it? What's your purpose? What's your why? My next question is, how are you going to exit? And they look at me and go, really? Really? But I haven't even started this thing yet. Yes, you've got to start with the end in mind because you've got to run your business that way. So if your business is reliant on you, and yet might still be reliant on you for the next 12 or 6 months or whatever, put a plan in place that it's not reliant on you. Is it a team? Is it automation? Is it technology? Is it what? What can you do for your business not to be reliant solely on you to get the business done? That's what I mean by scalable. The next piece, super important, plan the pace. I'll be the first one to say that we didn't plan the pace of our 18-month, $30 million business. It went like that, unexpectedly. It was just a good formula. And yeah, it had us running furiously and we missed some of the micro stuff. So there was mistakes made in that. So I'm in a new business that's going to do more than what I did in my $30 million business. I've joined that company outside of Navigate Biz, and we are planning the pace, the speed at which you go. If you don't have those other slides ready, you can't do it at pace. And if you do it fast, you may fall off the wheel. So plan your pace, work out what growth percentage your business is going to take. Is it just a gentle one, or are you planning that? If you're planning that, you need all these things in place because otherwise it won't work. Super important, this one. Super important. And I know so many businesses don't do it. Do the modeling of your numbers. Now, I know the Be Connected offer is an affiliate program. You can generate good passive income, significant income. I'm talking about you as a business owner outside of Be Connected. How often do you check the product, the widget, the service, the offering that you have for your customers? How often do you precisely check the profitability of each and every product and service? What ROI in dollars and percentages are you generating? Time and again, I speak to business owners who want to scale and grow. And I go, so you're going to put in for tender? Yeah, great. What's the profitability of the product? What do you mean? Well, you're going to offer it at XYZ dollars. Are you actually going to make any money? Oh, really? Yes, really. You need to check the profitability of your product, service, widget, whatever. Really important piece. These pieces I'm just doing as a highlight. So here's a summary slide to pull it all together for you because I'm coming towards the end. So we need for you to check your structure, prepare for growth, get your automation in place, get systems and processes, understand what your industry, understand the pain points of your customers, be scalable, have systems in place that make sure your business is not reliant on you solely, create a team, plan the pace, again, use automation and technology, check the modeling, check the dollar and percentage of each offer and product. And then really, so this is an opportunity for Be Connected users and Elite 100s. We all have an opportunity to build additional income in our business. Are we prepared for that? Are we ready for it? That's what I'm talking about in this piece. So your takeaway here is that I'm going to make sure that these slides are available to you. I haven't got them quite ready, but I will get them out to everybody. I'll put them together as a PDF and you can have them as a resource. But as always, I am happy to talk to people. I provide my time for free for an initial conversation about, well, Joanne, you did this, but I don't actually know where to start. Well, let's have a conversation. Let's work out what I can do to help you with that. Because besides my Her Transformation program, I also do a lot of strategy conversations and work with business owners to work out what they need to do to get to the exit that they aim for. And if you haven't planned your exit yet, you need to start planning it. And growth strategy will be and should be part of your growth strategy. So I'm just going to jump into the chat to see if, Bill, do you have any questions? Thank you so much for persevering. I'm sorry we couldn't unmute you. I'm going to raise it with support and just see if we can get that fixed. Do you have any questions while I've got you here on the screen? I know it's a bit tricky, but most welcome to pop it in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, do you have any questions? And of course, for the recording, for those who'll be watching the recording, not short questions. Well, let's catch up and have a chat. Happy to. But anybody who's watching this recording, you can send me a message. What I will do, because the chat is live for you wherever you're watching this recording, I am putting my email address, I'm putting my phone number, because I don't hide my phone number ever. You're welcome to call me. You're welcome to reach out to me on email. You can reach out to me on Be Connected. If you're a user, you can direct connect with me and you can directly chat with me, no problem. Or you can reach out to me in the group chat on Business Without BS. So thank you. It's a little bit clunky. It's the inaugural Business Without BS webinar. I wanted to make sure it was half an hour. I'm on the button. Sadly, we can't do some live questions because there's some things going on with our mute and unmute buttons. My apologies. But I'll be here in a fortnight, same time, same bat channel, just a different date, 7 p.m. Tuesday fortnight. I will get an email out with the recording to everybody into the group chat, and I'll make sure these slides that I've shared are made available to you in a PDF. You have an awesome night. Thank you so much, Bill, for persevering and jumping in, and absolutely reach out to me and let's catch up and have a chat. And if I can help, I'm happy to. You take care, and I will see you soon.